Hello and welcome to Inside the Issue. I'm Max Chafkin, staff writer with Inc. magazine. Joining me today is Elon Musk, who is the subject of our December cover story. He's the founder and CEO of SpaceX and the chairman of Solar City and Tesla Motors. Elon, good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So you were one of the co-founders of PayPal. How does somebody go from email payments to rockets, especially someone like you who didn't have any formal, rocket training?
Well, there's two elements to that. One is the why. Why did I do that? And the other is how. I guess the why goes back to when I was in college and thought about what are the things that will most affect the future of humanity. And the three areas seem to me to be the internet, transitioning to a sustainable energy economy, and space exploration. So after doing a few internet companies, I basically turned to the other two elements and decided to focus on the space exploration problem personally and then fund some other folks to help solve the sustainable energy problem with Tesla and Solar City. So that's the why of it. And then the how, I just basically try to find the smartest people I could from the space industry, convince them to leave their longtime employers and join me in starting a rocket company, and then just try to learn as much as possible from them. And they were excellent tutors, and read as much as I could.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people, when they hear about rocket companies, kind of assume that it's some kind of half-baked thing and it's a little bit crazy. Tell us how the company's doing.
Three-quarters baked. It's good, doing well. We're actually profitable, and we'll be cash flow positive. Revenue this year will be a little over $100 million. And we've done 2 test launches so far, and the second one we consider to be a pretty successful test launch. It got well beyond the boundaries of space, and we've got 12 launches in the next 2.5 years, and perhaps most notably, last year we won the NASA competition to replace the space shuttle in 2010.
Great. Congratulations. I'd like to move to probably what's your sort of least known company that you're closely involved with, which is Solar City. Now you've told me that it might be the best returning of all 3 of your investments in the 3 companies. Why do you think it's so promising?
Yeah, in fact, I would say it's better than that. I think it might actually be the best returning investment that I've ever done of any kind, including PayPal.
Wow.
Because I was both a co-founder and an investor in PayPal. So I guess the reason is, well, first of all, I would give huge credit to really the team at Solar City. Lyndon and Pete and all the rest of the guys just doing a phenomenal job on execution. I think beyond what anyone had any kind of unreasonable right to expect.
Yeah.
So, and I think part of so execution, I think, is and just their drive and talent is enormously important in why they're doing so well. But they're also in an industry which is growing like gangbusters. And my prediction is that by the midpoint of the century, we will generate more energy, more electricity from the sun than we do from any other source, and that's going to be a combination of solar thermal and solar electric. So, when you've got something as huge and fundamental and foundational as the energy business, then the market is vastly greater than, say, the internet or anything else, because energy feeds all industries, and so the potential there is just unbelievably huge.
So what's the plan for Solar City over the next couple of years?
The plan is just to continue to expand. Right now, Solar City is the leading provider of solar-powered systems in California, and they are about to expand to 2 or 3 other states in the next month or 2. And then next year, I think we'll see a dramatic expansion across the United States, probably to at least a dozen or more major states.
Cool. Well, moving on to another one of your companies involving energy, Tesla Motors. It's everywhere in the news. It's sort of probably one of the hottest companies around right now. And yet, several years ago, even the idea of an electric car seemed kind of half-baked. How did this amazing kind of change happen in the way people perceive this, and this company going from basically an idea to a full-on car in just a few years?
Yeah. Well, there's a right timing for everything, and there happens to be a confluence of technologies at this point that um, enable us to make a compelling car at a compelling price. Because
Yeah.
there have actually been, if you look back far enough, very compelling electric cars, but they were actually, there was one point in the early part of the 21st century, or the 20th, sorry, early part of the 20th century, about 100 years ago. A lot of people bought electric cars and bought gasoline cars, and it wasn't clear whether electric or gasoline would win. But what Tesla's really done for the first time since then, in over a century, is produce a compelling electric car at a compelling price. And I'd say the single biggest contributing underlying technology is lithium-ion batteries. The technology that was essentially developed to give you more talk time on your cell phone is what Tesla is taking advantage of to provide a car that has almost a 250-mile range and
Wow.
phenomenal acceleration, 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds and all that. So
Right. Well, I guess this will be my last question then. When can we get one? I mean, we've heard about the waiting list, and so what is somebody who can afford the car, kind of getting excited? What should they do?
Well, these things always take a little longer than everyone hopes or expects. But we do currently have production unit one in the production line right now.
That's your car.
That's my car, yeah. So it's going through the production process. We're also going through the final paperwork requirements because there's a lot of regulations around a production car. It's a huge body of regulation. So getting all of that, making sure we have all of those regulations satisfied, and the Department of Transportation, the EPA, the California Air Resources Board. I mean, there's just really many organizations to satisfy, but we're very close to making them all happy, and hopefully my car will be on the road in a month or two.
Wow. Well, that sounds really exciting. Well, Elon, thank you so much for joining us on Inside the Issue. It was great to have you.
All right, thanks for having me.
Okay, for Inc. Magazine, I'm Max Chafkin. Thanks for joining us.